Northern Dauphin, homelessness is not visible because we have these beautiful mountains and people live in them. They live in tents, they sleep in sleeping bags. They are camping in our campgrounds. They're in barns and sheds. They sleep in their cars.
You know, throughout the scriptures, the people of God have always been instructed by God to be hospitable, to have a home where strangers could come, where family could come, where those who are part of the nation or family that you belong to and those who are completely unknown would be able to find a safe place to encounter people who love God and to encounter people who could demonstrate His love to them in an hour of need.
You know, when people are in need, I think we need to open our ears, eyes, and hearts and embrace that person.
Frankly, this scares me to death. Inviting folks into my home or inviting others to invite a homeless person into their home. And yet at the same time, I understand that as a Christian, I'm called to reach out to those who are less fortunate.
Chad is a man that we've been reaching out to for a number of years, and I remember the day that he came and he said that he was soon to be homeless. And it provided an opportunity not just for him to be blessed by the body, but for members of the body to do what they really had in their hearts all along to do.
When I heard that he needed a house, it really wasn't even a second thought in my mind. It was God's peace that we needed to offer him a place to stay.
I've been through a lot, you know. Been a lot of people that's been, you know, helping me get through things. Definitely grew closer to a lot of people, made good friends. You know. I thank everybody that's, you know, helped through everything. You know, that's been there, gave me the encouraging words.
Not only was his need being met, but that he had a purpose. He had other things to offer the body, not just as a person in need, but he had a gift.
Romans 8:28, for all things work together for good for those who love the Lord and are called according to His purpose. And I believe His purpose is to share what we have in order to bring about spiritual and godly change in people's lives.
At least everyone who calls himself a believer ought to consider that God might be calling you to do this ministry. It's one of the most basic ways that we could show the love of God to somebody in an hour of desperate need.
We should all be offering whatever we can to make someone feel comfortable and to help them out in their time of need.
So we're developing a network right now for homes who would like to open their home and say, we're willing to share our spare room and take in somebody who's in need. And here's how the network works. There'll be a hotline number for people to call. It could be somebody at the school who finds out that one of their children attending class now has no place to live that night. Maybe we've had people who have been found sleeping in their car at Walmart or living in a tent at Lycan's Glen or living along the river somewhere. And whoever finds them and whoever discovers that somebody's homeless will have one number to call. The number will reach out to one of the pastors or leaders, administrators who oversees the network, and a simple background check and an interview will follow with the person who's homeless. This is both to get to know them and find the best fit for them, and also as a protection for the homes that will open their home to these people. So we'll find out, for instance, if there's a criminal background, if there might be any drug activity, or anything that a family might not be comfortable with coming into their home. Once that background check's been done, then the appropriate host home will be called. A host home will be approved by the network. We also want to make sure that people who are willing to take in strangers have a decent place for these folks to stay, a place where they'll be shown the love of God and a place where they'll be comfortable and feel the hospitality extended by Jesus during their stay.